Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about active transportation along the plasma membrane. Before this, we already have been studied the passive transport or the facilitated diffusion or the facilitated transport. हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया था कि एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मीन्स वो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मॉलिक्यूल्स का जो अगेंस्ट द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट होता है, दैट मीन्स फ्रॉम द लोअर कंसंट्रेशन टू द हायर कंसंट्रेशन. ये एक एनर्जी डिपेंडेंट प्रोसेस है और यहाँ पर जो मूवमेंट होता है सब्सटेंस का उसके लिए कैरियर मॉलिक्यूल की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. और ये जो कैरियर मॉलिक्यूल है ये बहुत ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिक होता है. हर ट्रांसपोर्टिंग एजेंट के लिए एक स्पेसिफिक कैरियर मॉलिक्यूल होता है और ड्यूरिंग द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इसकी जो कन्फर्मेशन है उसके अंदर चेंजेस अपीयर होते हैं. इसके बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल हैं लाइक द सोडियम पोटेशियम पम्प, द कैल्शियम पम्प एट्सेट्रा. Here I am going to show you the sodium potassium pump, how it works. So this is our plasma membrane or the lipid bilayers. Two lines are showing the lipid bilayers. These are the carrier molecules for the sodium potassium pump. This molecule has to be transported inside the cytoplasm or inside the plasma membrane. This side of plasma membrane is cytosolic side, whereas this side is extracellular fluid. The concentration of potassium ion is always higher inside the cytoplasm, whereas rest of the ions are always in higher concentration outside the plasma membrane. So the potassium ion have to move inside the plasma membrane or the cytoplasm. For this potassium molecule will bind to this carrier molecule and the conformation will change like this. The conformation will change and the ATP will be expand, and at the expenditure of ATP will convert into the ADP. The conformation will again change like the prior condition and the potassium molecule will move from outside to the inside. This kind of transport is termed as active transport, as this transport need energy expenditure. Next one is bulk transport, or we can say the transport of large molecules which cannot take place via plasma membrane normally or via the active transport. Bulk transport includes endocytosis as well as exocytosis. It is of two types, phagocytosis and pinocytosis. In case of phagocytosis, we can say it like the cell eating process, or the pinocytosis like the cell drinking process. In case of phagocytosis, a molecule come close to the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. This molecule have to cross inside the plasma membrane or inside the cell. Then the plasma membrane will make phagosomes like this, and this molecule will get inside in the form of vacuole. Plasma membrane form this vacuole. In packed form, this molecule get enter into the cell, and this condition or this structure is known as phagosome. This phagosome then come close with this lysosome and fuse with the lysosome and form endosome. Lysosomal enzymes digest this material or this extracellular particle, and the energy or the requiring molecules or the nutrients will absorb by the cell into the cytoplasm, and rest of the waste material will be excluded out by the cell via the process of exocytosis. As here we can say this is lysosome. It is fused with lysosome, and this structure they will make the structure endosome. The nutrients will absorb into the cytoplasm and the remain inside this vacuole. The undigested food material will remain inside this food vacuole. This food vacuole will come close to the plasma membrane and fuse with the plasma membrane, and by the fusion of plasma membrane with the fusion of plasma membrane, this vacuole releases out the waste material. This process is known as exocytosis or the cell vomiting. This is all about the transportation along the plasma membrane. In the next video, we'll discuss about the endomembrane system. Thank you and have a good day.